Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol TSLA for Tesla Inc. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this will of course be an update. In yesterday's video, we were talking all about the importance of 973.73 coming from prior resistance from the double bottom neckline, and that was sort of like the must-hold area considering that we gapped up and over it for something that looked like this for the upside. Now, the only reason I bring this up is just to sort of reiterate that you're not just blindly following these levels that I lay out for you. You need to actually watch the chart, right? I mean, there was no indication whatsoever from the 30-minute time frame that this candle was going to support at that area. We've closed way underneath with a huge red authoritative candle. From that moment forward into the remainder of the day, there was really no reason to be thinking about longs inside of Tesla. So with that sort of out of the way, what are we going to do about this going forward? Well, all I would sort of point you to would be the fact that we've closed underneath two-day lows, we've closed underneath the daily support trend line, and we have a bearish engulfing candle on our hands from a daily structure perspective. So that being said, we would not be surprised, right, if we do move a little bit lower to ultimately fill the gap from in here close to about 909.13. Then we have 900 psychological, remembering that off the screen to our left here, the prior all-time high is right around that area. So if we do fill the gap and we do get into that prior all-time high, please be on the lookout for hammer candles that print, indecision doji candles that print, basically anything that makes you question the strength of the sellers from in here. And could we produce a little bit of a bounce, something getting us back over 930, the two-day lows, and where we've essentially closed underneath today, to get us closer to about 975, call it 973.73, that important area that we discussed in yesterday's video. That's the scalper's sort of perspective here inside of Tesla. Now, if you're a longer-term trader, to me, it's just all about 1,000, right? And the reason I bring that level up would be because we had this range, we know that it's the low end of the range, and that's essentially where we fell off of from this morning's open. So you could look at it a few ways. The way I would start to think about that would be a break, retest, and failure, essentially, for a move lower. And again, things only really change if we can get back up and over 1,000 for you longer-term traders or investors. From there, I would start to eyeball the resistance trendline, but don't get me wrong, there's a lot of work for that to actually unfold. I'm not saying it's a likely scenario based on the technicals that we're seeing. For that to sort of be in play, what I would watch out for you longer-term guys would sort of be either a double bottom, so it could look something like this over the course of time, so respecting that 900 area with a big two-touch double bottom, big neckline break up and over 1,000. Doesn't literally have to be at these levels, but just something to consider. The other one you could watch out for would be a little bit lower, something like this, a fake break, and then a higher, what did I just draw, right? Inverted head and shoulders, basically some sort of pattern. And again, it doesn't have to literally happen at and around these areas, but a pattern off of an area of support that would seem logical from the daily perspective checks out to me for being a potential buy entry or reversal entry here inside of Tesla. We also have, and I may as well just touch on this as well, the longer term support trend line, right? So the secondary is the one that's obviously breaking as of right now, coming from here, but the longer term one, so anchor, touch number 1, 2, 3, 4, that has not been tested yet. Certainly it is a little bit lower, closer to about 850, but if it happens down there, then fine. Maybe that's the area where we ultimately support and potentially reverse higher out of. So those are longer term thoughts as well as shorter term thoughts here inside of Tesla, some levels to keep in mind, and that's really going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it today or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.